Gentlemen, here we go. What I'm gonna do, I pulled the ECU and I'm gonna bench test it because sometimes funny stuff happens, and I put a radio in here, but I pulled the fuses, but I coulda, shoulda, woulda thing. So I'm gonna load the bass tune with the bench flash and see if it's, did I compromise ECU somehow, or can I not write what is supposed to be on there? Either way, we're gonna find out on this next episode of my old 3500. Stay tuned on this next episode of my old 3/4 ton Bob Vila. Picture this: Starbucks coffee, Carhartt beanies, bench flash harness. We're gonna see what's up. I'm not gonna bother you with it. It's probably gonna be me. Let's see if today is me failing 9 times out of 10. Semi-success. Here we go. For whatever reason, my other HP Twizzlers cable. So I bought. I threw it in my office. I bought a few of these as backups, and the one I think is giving me problems, but I am pretty sure the person told me that when I bought it. So that's the one I was randomly trying to use, not the one out of my regular tuning whatnot. This one's working on the stock, not my backup, but the stock ECU. This is out of the truck. This is just another one. Well, anyway, we're getting traction today sooner than yesterday. We'll see if it continues. Okay, I just finished reinstalling the ECU. Oh yeah, I gotta put the battery on. I'll be right back. The RB kids that blow your eardrums out. Okay. We're gonna have Chris Cornell again, making it about himself. Well, I think we can let him. Alright, I base flashed this with the bench and shoved it right back in there. So let's see, come on, there it is. Hey. Something's up with this truck. I think I lost a fuse or something. Huh, that's a known good base that should fire. What is going on? I lost it. No more scheduling, guys. Later. Closing the channel. Alright, where I'm at, I'm not crazy. I was just thinking to myself, it's funny when you're a tuner or you have access to the computer for these things, you think you can tune out a problem. So I'm like, I know these files work. I'm not that dumb, so now it's time to investigate. And I pushed the button on the fuel rail. So here's the thing, it stopped, it was running and idling fine, I have video of that, and then it shut off. So I shouldn't have changed anything in the tune, honestly, it was running all those times. So listen to this. This was an experiment to see how these Chinese pumps work anyway, and I don't know. Here, check this out. So here's primary. This is what runs when the car runs. I don't hear any pressure. And then this guy does like a wave. I don't know what that's about. So I do have a single 450, I think, laying around, but I don't think I can make a fuel mess at this time without dedicating more time to it. Yeah, so it's looking like that this might not be the deal with the twin 460s, but we'll see if they'll refund. The tank itself is 175, and then I was planning on these not working. I was surprised that they flowed what they did, but now they're struggling. They're on the struggle bus with me. Yeah, that's nothing. I guarantee if I pull that feed line off, nothing's coming out of there. You can't hear anything. So that's why it doesn't run. It has enough fuel I don't know if that's... So I think what's happening is the return overflow is getting pressurized from the stock. It's just enough. There's like there's a couple pounds of fuel pressure, 5, and it's enough to kick it. But as soon as it needs to run, it does not have enough. Anywho, that's what it's looking like. I should have got the pointer out. The pointer's right there. Next time, when I start slapping this to take it apart, the next clip, you'll see the pointer finger. It'll be glorious. Okay, we have some investigative reporting. Will you stay here without falling? I like you. Don't fall. Can we see? Yeah. I mean, we can, again, what do you want to call that, guys? The zoom? You know, like the lower the millimeters, the more room you get, obviously, from like zoomage. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad I put this disconnect on. It's still attached to these, but I wanted it to be as low as possible. I actually want to clay this and see how close the hood is to this. Because I actually moved it in because there's a ridge that's like right here that probably would hit this if I went all the way back. Anywho, you're able to swivel these. They're O-ring right to 3/8 barb. So I can lift this and then, yeah, I don't think I was honestly surprised that these even worked. What is going on? Did the connections come apart? They got pushed out. Why did the connections get pushed out on the green connectors? This is very interesting, isn't it? What the hell is going on with that? See? Surge tank, FTW. So where's the supply? The supply is there. So guys, the surge is empty. So it's possible the primary pump isn't... Can I cycle? Is it just that there's no... The stock pump now isn't working? How ridiculous would that be? This O-ring's pushing out of the connectors is very interesting. Put that down there. Here's the camera thing. I pulled so many fuses thinking it was the thing. And now, alright, I will be back. I'm going to get my power probe, which is right here. And I'm going to figure out which one it is and power the fuel thing. And check the fuse and stuff. But I gotta move everything, and I'm very scared to drop this very nice Sony my wife bought me. I swear this is an excuse for you to hear more Nirvana Unplugged. Maybe it is. So, I found there's actually a fuel pump. Oh, sorry, it's much lower than I expected. Fuel pump relay, daytime running lights. Right underneath the 15 for the ECU is a fuel pump relay. And it's not there, which is weird as hell. But what I noticed was, Jesus, I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. There's a prime there. It says prime. I don't know if I've noticed this or never seen it. There is a socket here. That's so this is for the relay, the 4 pins. And here's the prime. So watch this. When we prime it, the stock pump is turning on. At least this might be the primary power wire. So you can hit the power wire directly. And the relay is... Did the crickets take this? Did the Baba Yaga come in? Did the... What do they call them in the Appalachians very close to me? Cryptids? Did a skinwalker or something come in here and just literally only pull this out? I don't know what's up with that, but I will be looking for one, or I'll probably just put the daytime running lights in it. Yeah. It was idling and shut off. Apparently this jumped out of the car. I mean, I wouldn't put it past it at this point, to be honest. Okay. See, another benefit to the surge tank is I was able to... Dude, these are like gum. And the one is like split. Yeah, and they feel like they're going to completely disintegrate. So, I'm happy I yank those. So now again, the fuel pump prime, right? Should hear this fill. Yep. Yep, it's filling up. I don't know if you can hear it over surge. All right, now we're gonna plug in. I'm gonna shove it in the fuse box real quick. Sorry, it's for being insensitive. All right, we'll plug that in, and then we'll plug in the trigger for the surge tank. So the main pump thing's plugged in. Covers back on the relay box for the pumps. Power. So that's the power plug to the pumps. This is the trigger for pump 1, 2, and the third relay, which will probably end up being my transmission cooling conglomerate. Yeah, I hear it. Ring. So the surge tank being empty is not the China pump's problems. So, holy shit. I think the base in here now should still work now that I've changed it 700 times. Come on, GM ignition. Hell yeah, there it goes. Well then. Well, well, well. We got oil pressure, same as before, voltage, temps coming up. I'm gonna let it warm up without water in it. I do it all the time, you can do it too. Getting there. We got no O2 sensors. I got no wideband, no stock O2s. I'm gonna put the stock O2s back in. I ripped the one. So what I normally do is wire them both into the downpipe. I've done that before in the Colorado vids. I'll show it again. You wire both wiring into one sensor and into the single downpipe, and it trims based off of the downpipe. Once it warms up fully, it'll get its nice cadence. Yeah, see, that's how a bass tune usually goes. What are we at? Almost 180-ish. Here we go. Let's look for leaks. Cold? None. None. Do it. Do it. Yeah. $177, not bad. So I think the fan came on. Yep. Which means it's at like 190. There's another HP Tuners cable. What are we at? 210? In summary, this truck ran, drove, started, was idling, and then shut off. And if I thought it was these fuel pumps, I thought it was all sorts of stuff. I flashed a tune for like hours the other night, and I was like, brain, just take a little nap and hit it fresh. I found this relay was here, and I show that in the video, but we're recapping for the end summary. I moved this guy, which is like the HD, it sounds like the diesel. It's HDLP, like low pressure high. This feels like these diesel HD whatever, right? So I move this to the fuel pump, and this thing starts right up. I don't know if something was hanging the fuel pump stuff on. I have no idea. Either way, it's good now. We can move on.